Hello, it's Denise here at Junk Journal Junkie UK. Nice to have you all join me. Hope you're all well. As you can probably see from what's on the table, it's another Flower Fairies Day. So it's for the 200 subby giveaway. You have to go back and check all the details on that video if you haven't seen it. But if you have, you'll know that I'm going to give away either a naked journal or a bag of ephemera, flower fairies, and I'm making quite a lot of it but not all of it on camera. So I'm going to make some ephemera today, but I just thought I'd show you how I was getting along with the signature, because I'm nearly ready to sew it together. I just need a cover, which I think will be possibly a printed flower fairy cover, but we'll see. If you've been with me before, you know I've got the CD-ROM and I'm using lots of pages from it for this particular project. Okay, so I've chosen the pages finally. I'll just reiterate, I'm trying not to make it too fat so that if it's posted abroad it's not going to be too expensive. So they're nearly all the papers from the CD-ROM. That one's beautiful, Wild Cherry, with an odd few mixed in. So that's a Janie B that I used in the previous, I think I did, in the previous Flower Fairy journal that I made that everybody loved. Okay, a couple of doilies together there. That's a Janie B, a new one. So a page from the little Flower Fairies book from the front of it. It's just got the one picture there and that lovely, gorgeous, I love toadstools, lovely fairy, flower fairy on the toadstool. Then the next pages. So I got this effect on the CD-ROM by printing one on top of the other because it was a bit light. And I love how it's come out. So plenty of pages for journaling or sticking things on, or whatever you want to do. I will be putting an envelope in the middle. It will be made out of some kind of flower fairies. I'll go this way as well so you can see the other side of the pages. It will be flower fairies as well, paper. I nearly ran out of air talking then. Goodness me. Yeah, so that one's the poem, so I'll leave it. You can either leave the poems or cover them. I mean, they're all beautiful papers, to be honest, and there's thousands of them, so I can see quite a few more of these being made and making it to my Etsy shop. Okay, so next time you see that, it should be sewn up with an envelope in the middle and a cover on it. So these are just a couple of pieces of the ephemera from the CD-ROM. I might just pop them in with it. So last video we made a couple of masterboards, not last video, the last video on the flower fairies. I'll just take a chunk off one there, look. And I said I was going to use them imminently, and I'm going to use a little bit of one of them today in today's ephemera piece. Now it's quite a chunky piece of ephemera, this. I'm not sure, well, I am sure, I think it'd be too big for that journal. It might even be a standalone piece on its own, but I found this in my stash that I'd made absolutely ages ago. It is just a little, it's very hard, so I don't know if I've done it on maybe an old cereal packet or something, I don't know. But it is literally just a little wallet that's been collaged, and then it's got a corner tuck there and an upper tuck there. Really simple, and then journaling spot if you want to. I think I probably made it for a journal and decided it was way too weighty, and it's just sat around in my box ever since. So I thought, wouldn't that be a nice thing to make with some of those flower fairy excuse me, some of those flower fairy postcards that I got. If you remember, I got the box full, or half full. Okay, so I had a little go trying to create a prototype. Gosh, get me, I am getting organised. Okay, so I just put papers in the middle, again from the CD-ROM, and then a couple of torn pieces off a masterboard, which is what gave me the idea of making the masterboard with the actual Flower Fairies paper. And then this is off an old masterboard. No, it's not, it can't be, because it's got Flower Fairies paper on it. Oh, I know, I made a small one. I made a small one on a small glue page, so I've cut that from there. And this beautiful buttercup was from the CD-ROM as well. So you can do that, or you could put an envelope with lots of little bits of ephemera in it, and then I just cut a page up from the CD-ROM. It's white on the back for journaling or whatever. Rounded some corners, popped it in there with one of those. So obviously you could put pockets down the side, you could put side tucks, all sorts of things. So I thought I'd make one will go in my Etsy shop and one will go in the other bundle. So we'll go in the bundle in the Etsy shop. So I thought we'd make one today. Gosh, that was long-winded, wasn't it? So I've just made a little bit of a start, in as much as I've chosen the two of my favourite, I have to say, postcards, and I've stuck them onto a piece of the backing paper. No, I've backed them onto a piece of the CD-ROM paper. So you can see I'm having a nice little play with it all at the minute. Loads of bits and pieces there. And that's as far as I've got. So it's my intention to, because it's just on paper, you can see it is just on the thin paper. So I'm going to put some just cotton material, big piece of white cotton material I just cut up on the inside, and some lace to cover it up on the outside, and that'll make it nice and strong. And then I'll make the corners out of the two corners out of the masterboard that we made, and it's done. So not a big long job, it's just I knew if I was doing stuff on here with it wet I would come into some issues. I'm sure you can work out how I just stuck two cards down on a piece of paper. Okay, I love this lace. This lace did come in some like Happy Mail to me from I think it was Josh's mum. Josh is the chap who works my hubby, and she sent me, I think if you've been with me and you've seen my videos. Oh, yes, well, let's try again, shall we? Yeah, she sent me a couple of bags of all sorts of lovely goodies. Quite a few blingy things that you'll see over Christmas. But this was in it, and it's beautiful. To get the right way. It's just like sort of lace you'd find on underwear, but it's, you know, it's got that silky, really soft, nothing hard about it. Tiny little bit of stretch. I'm not going to get it any straighter than that, am I? Just straighten it on the excuse me. So I have to apologise for how dark it is. I have got my light on. It is only 9 o'clock in the morning and it's August, but it is as dark as can be, so I don't know what's going on with the weather. It should be such hot sunshine I can't have the blinds open, but I've got the blinds open and the light on and it's still dark-ish. So it's gone a little bit high there, but I'll soon trim that off when it's dried. I think I'll do a bit more down that edge because it's a nice thick piece of lace. It's well on there. It's not going to pick and peel and whatever at the edges, but we'll go to the edges just to make sure it don't get caught in anything. I mean, somebody may have a huge tome of a journal that this would fit in, but it is quite thick. It's more thick than heavy, really. Okay, let's see if I can cut that off without cutting into the card. I did. Super. Aren't they beautiful? I've forgotten which fairies there were and I've covered them over now. I think this one was something like fertility, and I can't remember that one at all. Or some kind of a snap. Popping, something popping. Some flower with the word popping in it. No, not a well-known one to me. Okay, so then we have to decide, well, first of all, if we rip some corners, then we, sorry, I've knocked you, have to decide if we want anything, any embellishments underneath. I mean, this paper had had a fairy on it. Take these out. Oh, I haven't put me, glad I saw that because I haven't put that in. So this paper had a fairy on it and the border around it, but obviously the border was a big page, so I just put a piece across the top that I cut out. So everyone you make is going to be different. I do like her down there though, and I've got my tin of Flower Fairies. And I've also got all these from the, I won't put this tin in front of you because it'll shine on you. These are all from the CD-ROM, so some really big pieces. I'm loving these little star-shaped flowers that come with it. Who have we got on the front? Oh, they're like pinkish ones, aren't they? There's lavender. She's pretty, isn't she? Legless fairies. And she could go behind a pocket. No. And there's bees and buttercups and all sorts. We'll have her. We'll have her, and then we'll maybe have one of the these flower fairies on the other side. So this one's not going to be, well, you can journal on it if you want to. I have to think about what's, I hope that's not shining too much for you. I really need something from the top, don't I? Oh, that's nice. I need something up here because it's going to have a, yeah. I'll cut that little spare piece off and we'll just have that up there as a bit of a, something pretty for the eye. Yep, okay, so before I forget, let's get that piece of material in there. And just get it somewhere near. It's a bit stretchy on one side because I ripped it down because I like the raggedy look of it. It's really tough cotton, but nice and thin, so it'll smooth down when it gets some glue under it. So I wonder what you're all up to today. Are you watching me early in the morning? That's my favourite thing to do, is get up and have a quick cup of tea. Well, I say quick, a long cup of tea in bed and watch a couple of my hobbies at work. Watch a couple of quick videos before I get up and do a few necessary jobs, and then start the crafting fun. Really is quite wrinkly, but I'm not going to let it bother me. Cut a few of those off, but they'll probably fray some more. The whole point of the material is that it frays. So this is the same material, just a bit thicker, so it does dry like quite thick cotton. So I'm not inking. Let's get rid of a few bits, try and be tidy again while I work, so that I can bring the boards in to decide. Get rid of these flower fairies. Lid on the glue, so that I can decide what corners I'm going to use. So I'm not going to stick those down yet until I've chosen the corners, because who knows what we will end up with. So I've chopped that off because I was just looking what it would look like as a tag. As you can see, I've just tacked it with the scissors. It's not straight, I don't think. Let me have a look at it on here. Do you know, it's not far off. It's amazing how it is a little bit off, but not loads. How things affect your eyes. Right, anyway. So I want quite a biggish one down here. I'm thinking to put perhaps a booklet in, or a biggish journal card. That kind of matches the pattern. It's the same rose. It's got a flower fairy on it. We maybe don't want to be too matchy, do we? I like this purple corner, but it will be all purple. So let's just tear a piece. Let's just go for it. Let's see what we end up with. All those layers of glue. Yeah, now I quite like that because that's a rose as well. And I'm thinking if I just, here we go. If I just take the straight edge back a bit, this one, it might just fit nicely. In the bin with my bits. Of course I am going to have to ink that because it's I quite like that. So I think what I'll do is get that gathered twig again. Gathered twig? Where did that come from? That's not what I meant to say at all. Something straw. Scattered straw. And I'll just check on this book. I don't got anything rude on it. I don't think it has. I won't show you too much of it. I'm just going to ever so lightly bring down the white on the edge of there without making it too dark. Carry it all the way around so it doesn't look odd. Yeah, so I like the bit of green that it's bringing in there. So it's got the blue and there's also a bit of bluey green on there. Yeah. It's very eclectic and full on, but it's very me. That's what I like. I love colour. We could even put a flower fairy on there. Am I going too far now? Let's have a look at some of these little ones from the tin. See what we've got. I've got somebody up in mid-air there, we might want him. Little ones. He's a little tiny fella. No, he's not a flower fairy. He's out of one of the fairy books. It's a cutie there. Right, let's look. We're just going to cut round him. Little strawberry. I love strawberries as well. I love the look of them and I love the taste of them. Let's just look at a few things at once then. Let's just look at the pockets. I feel I do like that on there. I need it back on. As soon as it was gone I felt like something was missing. Yeah, I feel like we don't need another. Do you know, I think that's a girl. I think that strawberry might be a girl. Do I like it with that big rose behind it? Don't think I do. I love it. So I don't want to put it somewhere I'm not going to really love it. That rose, I think. Let's pull a piece off for the top pocket. Or shall we do a side tuck this time? Yeah, let's be different and do a side tuck. I quite like that colourful piece there. I wonder if I can cut it so that, let's use the machine, I can guide it better then, because I want it the other way up. If you can see, I put that flower fairy there because I loved it. I don't want this edge straight particularly. but I didn't want to chop the flower fairy when I ripped. Oh, I don't mind it that way now. Quite nice square actually. What do we think, down a bit so we get a bit more of that. Tiny bit of that up there. Gosh, that was quite good measuring for eye measuring. I bet I couldn't do that again if I tried. Okay. Yeah, maybe it was the purple fairy that was throwing everything off. I'm going to stick those down because I like them. I'm not going to ink that. Right. Make sure I hold the side that doesn't need ink. Ink. There I go again. If I didn't only do it when I was on camera, I'd be worried. But I only do it when I'm on camera, so run off the edge there. So it's obviously a filming thing. I've gone over them all right. Oh, a little bit of sunshine. Can you see the shadows coming? That would be nice if it sorts itself out and comes to join us for the day. And there's your bus. Yeah, so it's a little bit chunky, I think, but it's going to be chunky anyway, so I think we'll just put paper in maybe to journal on. And then let the new owner decide how stuffed they want to make it. Right, let's try and do this without going over the edge. Have you ever seen a more unstraight line? I cannot do a straight line freehand to save my life. Never have been able to. Or circles. Pin. Let's put that pin back in. Oh no, we're going to stick this on, aren't we? Might as well while the glue's out and that's drying. So I think I'll do what I did in the other one and just cut up some paper for that side tuck. And then we'll just make a tag, I think, from the masterboard that we made. Oops. I think I've said to you before, they're ever so slightly embossed, these. So I don't squash it too hard because it spoils the look of it. Where is me wipes? Where is me? That's a good bit of English for an English teacher. Try again. There you go. Yeah, I love it. So it's very me, all that colourful colour. Yeah, I'm not going to do anything on the outside. It could have labels, it could have bling, it could also have all sorts, but I'm not going to. So just a piece of paper. Oh, I've got this here, look, that I've cut off. Shall we have a look at it? No. No, we could cut a piece with her in. Nope, not liking either of those bits. Whoops, piece of rubbish. Another piece there, I think, yes. Right, get off, thank you. Let's chop this up into pieces and then I might have a better idea what I'm looking for. So I'll cut across there where I tore. Start with a nice straight piece again. Oh, that's my favourite, lovely piece of paper there, look. Like this. Don't want to throw it, I'm not going to. Right. I think that's going to make a nice journal card across there. Big journal card. Nice chunky one, so I'll just put that to one side. So let's make something, and that one's a square piece. Let's make something out of this for it. Now I've got a fairly plainish piece, I can put one of those, which part of it do we want? We'll take some of the bottom off. Yeah, I can put one of those fairies on now. Right, let's see if I've got a straight edge anywhere. Yes, that one is, so we'll use that to straighten that edge. And is the bottom straight? It is. Okay, so what did we say we were going to do? Take a bit off here. Piece of that cream. Still going to be too big, so I'm going to have to lose some of that. That's a shame, but there we go. Oh no, it's not going in there, silly. Yeah, so the big purple piece can go down. It hides that flower, and then if around the corners, Miss Strawberry could go in the top corner, and I've got her in. Oh, it's a bit thick there. Maybe it needs emptying. Hang on a tick. Sometimes if you get a bit stuck in the blades, it does that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so she's in there. And then when it comes out, there's journaling on the back and that lovely flowers. And it goes against everything I normally do, but I'm not going to ink that. I'm just going to stick that down. I'm liking the pastel-y colours. Yeah, in the other side we said we was going to put, I said I was going to put, I'm a bit like Queen Victoria with the royal we. I think what I mean when I say we is we've already said it once and I'm repeating myself. I'm going to put just a piece of the paper with the white background folded up for the owner to do with as they will. Put my cloth. Oh, pleased I've got her on. Love a strawberry. Love a flower fairy. Yep, so I'm tempted to put words and labels and all sorts, but I'm not going to. I'm going to leave it at that. So, same here. Like I was trying to put those fairies on, perhaps words or a butterfly. I might end up putting a butterfly on it. And we might have that little chappy on there. Right, some paper. So let's get my papers out. So that's another one that I double printed on that I really liked. I don't know why, but it has a lot of shadow. It's not my printer. To start with, I thought it was my printer, but they have like shadows on some of the images. That's quite nice, isn't it? It's very thick though. Is that just too much of another colour? Here we go again. Actually, I probably don't want a full sheet because it's quite thick paper. down. Yeah, I think that'll be enough. Save a piece for another play. And fold it over. I don't know if you can see me down there, probably not. You can tell it's thick because it doesn't want to fold. Let's get the bone folder out. Do the job properly. Okay, are we folded in there? Yes. And we're folded in there. That's the right way up. Yeah, you can maybe do with something else. Where's my tin of little bits? Oh, it says buttercup. What about this? She'll go nice in there, won't she? Let's trim her off. Again, from the CD-ROM. Leaving a bit of white on there, might have to go around again. Because I'm not going to ink it, so I don't want to leave any white bits on the front. Can't help myself. Just that top edge. I think it was the buttercup. Trying to not cut it. Yeah, we'll pop her in there. Do we want him on? Of course we do. Of course we do. So it's my intention to do a couple of videos today. Well, 3 would be good, but I don't know. Because I am imminently going away to our caravan again on the east coast. It's coming up to my husband's 5 days off again. So he works 12 hours. A very strange shift. I couldn't even explain the shift pattern to you. Sometimes he has 2 days off, sometimes 3, and then I don't even know how many weeks. Every so often he has 5. So that's brilliant for a caravan visit. I'd like her on show, but she's a nice surprise when you open it, isn't she? I even think something could go in there as well, but it is quite chunky. We'll leave it for now. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that bit. There is one more thing I want to do if I've got time. I don't think I've been too long doing that because I stuck that paper on first. I found this on the well, not on anything, in with my bag of snippets that I made. If you remember, I don't know, but I made it on masking tape using up all my bits and pieces out of the scrap box one day. I'd seen somebody do it on video, I can't remember who now, and I thought it would make a nice tuck. It could be used as a side tuck, just to pop in with the ephemera. So I thought, what made me think about it was I could see, I have them in a white plastic zip up bag, and I could see it poking out at me, and that is a piece of the Flower Fairy book, that lovely book, and I couldn't bear to chuck any of the bits away, so I put them in my scrap box, and I've obviously used it. Quite like it because it's got a little bit of text at the bottom, it's got a little bit of blue music, so I was thinking perhaps just a fairy stuck on the front of it would be a nice little piece just to pop in the bag of, he's too big, let's have a look at these 3, the bag of ephemera that I'm creating. Oh, they're all pink, purple and blue, which is exactly the colours really, although there's every colour going in there. Now he looks a bit wide, yeah, his wings are too wide. He's thistle as well, I like him, he's nice. Alright, let's see if it, oh, well, look at that, he's thistle as well. slightly different shade. Yeah, but he's as wide with his wings. Huh, how strange. So let's hope that you, whoever you are, something blue and pretty. Yeah. Yeah, so he'll fit on there nice, won't he? I'm thinking it needs something else, so let me put my Flower Fairies back in there. Oh, I put them in the bin. Wrong box. Yes, we need something behind him. Sorry. I guess you all know that means I've likely got a parcel on its way, which is quite exciting because it won't due well tomorrow. So, tickets. Oh, my phone's buzzing as well. So, not my phone, my watch. They certainly want me to get the message. I'm looking for a little piece of either doily or pattern paper in my... Oh, I'll show you it so you can see how tidy or not it is. In my scrap box. Not bad. Not brilliant, but not bad. I'll leave the music out. Could have a little bit of that behind him. There, pattern paper. Let's have a look what we can have behind him. Oh, that's a piece of printed on tracing paper and pattern paper. As you can see it. Ooh. No, not liking that. I'm thinking a piece of, oopsie, just a piece of wrinkled up sewing pattern paper it is, that's it. I'll get the word in a minute. I want it that way or that way. And just wrinkle it up when I put it on. Try and just turn down that straight edge a bit. No, I normally just put pattern paper on with my glue stick. Sorry if I knocked you then. But it is on... I think if I use the glue stick to start with, and then when I put the fairy on the top, I'll use the art glitter, and hopefully that'll hold everything down. Okay, let's have this page out again. I think it didn't have any rude words on it. I looked quickly. It's kind of up there because I'd like a label underneath. Oh, that's why I didn't turn it round. Way at the bottom now, yeah. That right in there. I know it doesn't have to be the right way up, but I kind of wanted it. I kind of want it the right way up this time. So you're going down there, mate, with a label at the top. Happy accident, maybe. Oh yeah, sunshine's coming. Come on. Just pop all that back in there. Right, let's have a look what kind of a label we want. Too big. Shall we have the Tracy labels and numbers out? Bear with me. Excuse my arm. Let's take them off that in case there is something there that's not savoury, because I haven't checked it properly. Something with the blue on him, that's quite nice. Oh, it's got something stuck on it. Yep, I'm not going to mess any longer. Although, I just spotted some stamps. Ah, I need longer arms. Let me just have a look at a stamp. Yeah, I've got blue ones here. I'll sat and put them all into colours. How organised am I getting? Oh, there's a lady with a nice smiley face, Denmark stamp. don't just push them aside, put them away. Take a few minutes. Sorry if I'm wasting your time, but I'm just trying to be tidy. Okay, and I am going to ink those because I've decided that's what I'm going for, and that has got a bit of a cut white edge on it. Lovely. What did I have? That at an angle and her on top, yes. Okay, let's put this, whatever he is, beautiful blue boy down. I find I'm using my stamps more now that they're colour coordinated. I think it was just too much hard work going through them. Oops. Because I've got a big 500 bag and oh. I mean, they were a bargain and I was pleased to have them, but they were hard to search through all the time. I think it was Tina at Shabby Dabby Doodah who I spotted had hers pulled out into colours. And it suddenly came back to me and I thought, oh, that might be a good idea. So I did it. And it is. Yep. Somebody's having a bang on the dustbin by sounds of it out there. Maybe I should have had something over her as well. She's a bit too much central now, you know, centre of attention as it were. Maybe we have a flower or something on her. I feel like we should. But where are my flowers? Right over there. Okay. Bear with me a minute. Yes, I had to knock you, of course I did. There we go. They weren't far, but they were right in line with the tripod. Okay. It won't be too much longer now. Right, let's not go with blue again because... Oh, what's that? That's pretty. Because we're over doing the blue a bit, aren't we? Don't want to hide her, I just don't want her to be the main focal point. Maybe if I took that bit off. Looks like a hat. Let me ink it up. I think if we just touch on her there a little bit, just tones her down a touch, doesn't it? Okay, so that's all I'm going to do to it. I will quickly ink round it. I think in the pack then it can be a snippet or a tuck or whatever, an embellishment, whatever the person that buys the pack or wins the pack would like to do with it. So it's kind of a finished piece, but it can be so many things. So I'll call it a side tuck, but obviously a side tuck embellishment could be anything. Okay, so lovely. Thank you for keeping me company through that. Like I say, I'm going to sit here and do another one, which you'll see at some point. But for now, have a lovely day. Subscribe if you haven't. Definitely enter the subscription giveaway if you haven't, and come back and see me again soon. That would be lovely. Thank you. Bye bye.